Alright, someone say whiskey. So in my never-ending attempt to add content to our community, one of the things that I've gotten a ton of feedback about is essentially just a weekly cocktail video. So this is going to be week number 1, cocktail number 1. We're going to go over how to make Classic Sazerac at home. What you'll need is ideally the Sazerac brand rye. Can substitute your favorite bottom shelf rye, Michter's rye, bullet rye, all that good stuff, whatever you prefer. We're going to keep it original, try to keep it semi-classic. Also going to need absinthe. This isn't an aerosol sprayer at home. You don't have to buy one. It's a little more fun if you do. You'll end up using it with some of our other videos. But for our purposes, you can rinse the glass. You're also going to need Peychaud's bitters, which pick up at any Total Wine, any Specs, any liquor store. And then this is simple syrup. That's essentially just a 1-to-1 ratio. Biggest thing, if you want to repeat it at home, you want to weigh your water and weigh your sugar and do it by weights at a 1-to-1 ratio. For equipment, what you guys are going to need is essentially standard jigger or a way to accurately measure up to 2 ounces down to 1/4 ounce. Going to need cocktail mixer. This one's nice and crystal, just to kind of help you guys with a visual aid. Some kind of strainer. This is a julep strainer. Also a big fan of the Hawthorne, of course. Bar spoon. This is weighted for professional use. You can buy one pretty much anywhere online or at any bar. Just a peeler, and then any rye cocktail is going to go better with a lemon, so we're going to garnish this with a lemon peel. And glassware, for our purposes here, we're using a Nick and Nora, which is just a little stem fluted glass that you serve cocktails without ice in or up. But at home, any chilled glass that you have, whether it's stemless, old-fashioned glass, whatever you prefer. And the Sazerac's cocktail that essentially goes on ice or neat. More traditional is going to be neat or served up. If you like it on ice, there's nothing wrong with that. Alright guys, and as I mentioned, this is going to be a version that's essentially we're designed to repeat it at home. For those of you purists, you're going to yell at me and say that a Sazerac is traditionally a rye whiskey and cognac. That's also correct. If you are going to make yours with cognac, you're going to do a 1-to-1 ratio, 1 ounce of cognac, 1 ounce of rye whiskey. For our purposes, we're going to skip the cognac, make it a little more repeatable. We're just going to start with 2 ounces of your favorite bottom shelf cocktail rye. And then if you're doing simple syrup, you're going to do about a 1/4 ounce of simple syrup. And then just 4 nice dashes Peychaud's bitters. Easiest way is drop down, come up, drop down, come up. And then I'm going to ice it. One of the most, I would say, easily mess up parts of the Sazerac is going to be how much you dilute it. Essentially, without getting too scientific on you, start stirring it till you feel the outside of the stir, your cocktail stirrer, get real cold. You'll start to get some condensation on it as well. That's going to be a proper dilution point. Lots more will be posted about how to properly dilute a cocktail, but for our purposes, we just want to get you at least halfway there. After a good stir, we'll take our absinthe mister, spray the glass. The main reason why we do that is we really just want the aromatic effect of the absinthe. Really just the way it smells is going to change the drink. And then we just want to strain our ice back out. Not a fan of that strainer. Strain our ice back out. Serve it neat, serve it up like that is how it's traditionally done. And then, as I mentioned previously, any rye cocktail is going to be better garnished with a lemon. Lemon just pulls out some of the flavors of the rye a little bit better than an orange. Orange is going to kind of mask it. You want to express the lemon peel over the top. And then we're done. Classic Sazerac.